Well, great pleasure for us to be joined by one of the foremost market voices, analysts, forensic experts, all merged into one. Mr. Jain Gupta joining us live today. Great pleasure. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you.
Gupta ji, let me first begin by asking you to comment on the Supreme Court decision itself in the context of this Adani Hindenburg case. Do you think the court has effectively now stopped any such what was described as a hit job? Has the court now put an end, basically, according to you, against the manner in which, let's say, this entire Hindenburg episode played out?
I will say that it has done various things. The first is this: it has effectively said that there should not be any witch hunt without any substance. And court has said that there is no substance of even minor nature in whatever has come to its knowledge or whatever has been there. And it has rubbished the Hindenburg report, OCC, RP report, all that it has rubbished. The second thing it said that as far as it is concerned, it relies on the wisdom of SEBI more than a newspaper or any other person as far as the regulations of securities market are concerned. Third, it has indirectly, not directly, because Adani Group was not part of the thing. It was a battle between SEBI and ministry and court and all the petitioners. Indirectly, it said that Adani Group is not on the wrong side based on the investigation carried out till now. It has also said that there have been cases of short selling and there appears to be a lacuna. Whether that lacuna can be rectified so that SEBI can take action against those short sellers and such events could be avoided in future.
So let me break it down one by one. And the way you've narrated it, I think first and foremost, let's address the question of protecting the interests of small investors. The Supreme Court in its judgment has said that all steps must be taken to ensure that the interest of small investors is protected. Please explain to me, Mr. Gupta, when you're dealing with a big conglomerate like the Adani entity, and when you're dealing with the kind of allegations which are leveled, how do you protect short sellers from disrupting the market, small investors losing money, short sellers making money? How do you make a distinction between the two? How do you protect the interests of small investors?
See, we go to break it into various things. First of all, let us understand equity market are married to the risk. The risk and equity market cannot be divorced. So as long as you're an investor in equity market, you're subjected to risk. You have various methods of controlling or minimizing your risk. The issue is that short sellers will always be there because there is no ban on the short selling within the framework of the law. So that, and as it is, we say that short sellers provide liquidity in the market, which is a must for a healthy market. That is one part. But the issue that is there is that investors, unfortunately, do not have the knowledge. They get into equity market, they invest into a particular share or 10 particular share based on their expectation, which has been built by somebody who is not a reliable person, who is only having some other interest in mind. And I will give you a simple example. In today's world, none of my friend or none of my relative or even your friend or relative are going to say, okay, Bhupendra, give me 1,000 rupees, I will double it in 2 days' time. Nobody is going to do it. So if my relative or my close friend is not doing it, some unknown person whom I have not seen face to face, how he is going to give me double my money? So it is very simple. The other point is this,
But I'm just saying, so just on that point as a follow-up, I mean, if I'm a small investor and if suddenly I'm confronted with, let's say, reportage and questions and allegations which have been mounted by the likes of a Hindenburg, am I not going to get scared? Am I not going to panic? What should my move be? Because my worry is that Hindenburg could well be the first, maybe of who knows, several similar exercises to be carried out against Indian market players.
You're absolutely right, Bhupendra. Any investor, even big or small, will panic seeing a report like this. But then the remedy lies in going through the report. Now, small investors neither have the capability to get into the report into detail, understand it, nor they have time. The issue is in Hindenburg, it was an ordinary report which keeps on coming and going, research report. What added fuel to the fire, it was not fuel to the fire, it was probably the bomb to the fire, was the cacophony that surrounded it. And that we all know that objective of that cacophony lied somewhere else, not at the investor. The worst part was this, that irresponsible statements that were made caused the bigger problem. Now understand the statement like SBI डूब जाएगा, LIC डूब जाएगा, adani भाग जाएगा. Now, if somebody would have analyzed this and they said that all these statements are not worth quoting also, but we unfortunately took it to the greater heights, went to the Supreme Court, spent time of Supreme Court, and ultimately we found nothing. So the idea is that people who are in responsible position must be acting responsibly. I would today not give a statement which I cannot own up and sign it. What is happening?
But tell me, Gupta, as you've spent so many years looking at the way the markets operate, are you worried that at a time when the Indian stock markets are delivering the kind of results they're delivering, one of the arguably the best performing markets in the world, is there not a fear that maybe there could be more such exercises like the Hindenburg episode which could play out in the Indian markets?
See, I would say one thing is very clear, that no market at any point of time or all point of time, we can say it is going to be the safe for future.
Right.
Because a stock market has working on a billion plus news, of which billion are known, billion are unknown. So that is going to be the feature of this. Sure. The idea is that one should not be in a panic mode all the time, either at buying time or at a selling time. Buying also you panic, oh, if I don't buy tomorrow, it will go double and I will lose out. Selling also it happens. And I give you a very simple example. Even at your home, when you plant a flower plant, you wait for 15 days for it to give a flower minimum. But in the investment, I buy it at 10 a.m. in the morning. At 10:05, I want it to rise by 20%. It won't happen.
Sure.
So one has to be clear on this.
So therefore, last question then to you, sir. There's been a lot of commentary about the fact that actually this Hindenburg report was not the expose which it said it was, that it was essentially a copy-paste job, a chronicling of various articles, various allegations which had been leveled against the Adani group over the years. Would that be a summation that you would go back?
I would again say that Hindenburg report was a crack. It was just cut-paste job, as you said, but it was only one-sided. It is saying that I say that my son failed in high school, but I forgot to tell you that he passed subsequently. That is the thing in the whole Hindenburg thing, that they said Rajesh Adani was arrested in 2006. It is a negative news, but they did not give the simultaneous positive news that the matter went up to all court, up to the Supreme Court, and he was exonerated. So if you give only the negative part, and I as a fool only believe in the negative part, knowing that it was a positive part also, it is my mistake. But again, I would say there is one big lacuna in our law, that this is a fit case for a class action suit by investors who have lost money against all these people who raised cacophony and gave credibility to Hindenburg report.
Are you saying, that's an important point that you're making, sir? You're saying that actually now that the Supreme Court order is there, those who have lost their money should actually take penal action against those who created this entire cacophony?
I would say definitely yes. Some lawyer should stand up and say that I will file a case on behalf of a small investor. And I will give one example. Right. There is a law prevention of fraudulent and unfair trade practice in SEBI.
Right.
Now, this is some sort of a fear mongering with which you have done away and make the market fall. This is the fraudulent intent. What was your motive? I do not know. But it is a fraud that has been played on the investor, whether it is a motive to profit or motive not to profit, I don't know. But this is a fit case.
All right. Gupta ji, great pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. Thank you so much.